Can you see me? Can you see me? What's up, guys? So I thought I'd show you guys how I started learning how to save money. Because one thing that I learned as I started working and started getting paid and started feeling like I was cool and everything, getting $300 every 2 weeks working at Ross because they were giving me 1 day a week and things like that. And they were being a-holes, you get me? But as I started getting paid and started learning how to pay my bills and things like that, and like how to kind of save money, even though it didn't work out at first, this is basically how I started doing it. Because I learned that living from check to check, god damn, it's kind of scary. And if you're a person that's living from check to check, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it's not that easy to learn how to save money, because reality is that it's easier to swipe a card or fucking throw some money. So yeah, so if you don't know how to save money, I think you should try this out. You should really try it out. And if you could give a like, a comment, hit me up for anything. Follow me on Instagram, https Alexis. Um, Subscribe to my channel or anything like that. So yeah. So basically, this is how I learned how to save money. Um, so the way I did is, I started off by writing down my expenses, basically like my bills or subscriptions or things like that. The examples I have right now, they're just simple examples. I'm not gonna write a whole list of examples or a whole list of like my bills and things like that. Just simple examples right now. So I have rent, car insurance, phone. Like how I said, they're just simple examples for right now. You might have other like gas, you might have like Netflix, you might have like Hulu, YouTube, you might have I don't know, monthly expenses that we have. So you write them down, and what I do with these is I like to round them up. So let's say rent is $36. I know I'm exaggerating on the amount right now, and they're small, but like let's say rent for you is what, $400, then round it up to $410, $420. I mean, you could, if you have a lot of money X left over after you pay all your bills, and you know what, we'll throw in a little bit more. I don't like to put exactly the amount that I have to pay. I like to round it up, so like that I have money saved up for the future, like for that specific category. So yeah, so $36 I rounded up to 40. Ah, shit. Let's pretend that wasn't there. So right, so $36 I put 40 and I save that. And when the payment comes up, I put in what I have to pay. So then I would go and pay the $36, and then that would leave me with $4. So then I would, next month I would add another 40. Then that would leave me with 44. Then I'd subtract the 36, and that would leave me with $8. And as I would start saving up and things like that, later on I'll have $40, and that'll be twice what I had. Well, twice what I had when I was just putting 36, you get me? Or I don't know how to explain. But that would leave me with twice the amount, you get me? It keeps accumulating, and like that, like if you ever, let's say, come short on a check or anything like that, you really don't have to go into your emergencies or your savings, because you have money saved up for exactly that category. And because you might call out on a day and you might not have sick time or anything like that, then, or you don't want to use your sick time, then just use this. So yeah, so then after that, I have money that are not bills, but that you save up for certain things. So one of them is savings. you want to have money saved up. I think everyone should learn to save money, and everyone should have money saved up. It's really something that we should have, because it helps out a lot. Like, it helps out a lot. Like, if you want to buy a car, if you have a lot of money saved up, the more you have saved up, the more you can put in a down payment, things like that. Um, the less interest you have to pay on the remaining balance. You get me? So it helps out a lot. So school, I go to school, you might go to school, you want to put money aside for school. So like that you won't have to use from your savings or your emergencies or your emergency fund. So emergencies. You want to have an emergency fund because you don't want to use your savings for any emergencies. Like if your tire pops, have money saved up for anything like that. Don't use your savings to fix your pop tire. Like you could do that, but I like to have it this way. So then spending, you should treat yourself. You get me? I mean, it feels good to treat yourself. So have money for spending, but just because it says $26 does not mean that go spend those $26 that month. Like try to limit yourself. Like it says 26, try to limit yourself to $20. If you save all $26, then guess what? Next month you have an extra $26 to spend. And like that, you learn to save money in the long run. So if you want to buy shoes, I mean, come on, shoes aren't that cheap. Some Nikes are like $90, $100. I mean, Jordans are like $150, $300, $400. Instead of like going like, oh, I have enough for my bills and the leftover I have to spend it all on shoes. Like, nah, you still get to save and put money aside for this, and then you just use your spending to buy your shoes. You have $500 saved up for spending, then you spend that on spending. So yeah, so you get me? So when I started doing that, I started by cashing out my checks, and then like whatever payments I had, or I mean whatever categories I had on already listed, I would get them out, cash it out, and get them out, and then put it. I had envelopes. This is a baggie, but I had envelopes, not this. But I would basically put the money, put the name of it, and I was a little bit extra. I would put the amount, and then when I would take it out, I would subtract what I took out and leave the remaining balance. But yeah, so I would have it like that, and little by little start saving up and things like that. And eventually, once you start saving up, like, trust me, it helps out a lot. It relieves you a lot. Like, learning how to save money and like manage my money has really helped me out a lot. And like, it makes me feel better, makes me feel more secure and things like that, because the coronavirus has really taught us something. Like, maybe you haven't been as affected as other people, but like, I think doing this, like, it shouldn't just be for you. Like, if you got siblings, or if you got parents or kids that you see that don't know how to manage their money, you should like try to teach them. Like, you never know, it's better safe than sorry. You get me?
So remember, guys, you basically want to learn how to save money and be prepared for any future events or situations that might cause you to spend more or more than you usually do. And it's better to have that money saved than, I mean, credit cards, they could be useful for emergencies like that, but at the same time, you have to take in mind that you're paying an interest and on the amount of money that you're using. I'm not saying that if you got $2,000 and something comes up and you have to spend $2,000, I'm not saying spend all $2,000, but it'd be good to spend 1,000 and then put the rest on your credit card and things like that. And like, I'm hoping that I make a video on basically like how I'm starting to use my credit cards, because another thing that's really helpful in life is having a good credit score. Because if you ever want to take out a car or buy a house or take out a loan or anything like that, you want to have a good credit, And here in America, in the United States of America, of all 50 states, plus Puerto Rico, I think, or I don't know. But yeah, credit is something that really helps you obtain things in life. But I hope you guys really found this video helpful, because learning how to use money and things like that's really helpful, and it's really what's gonna sustain you in life, I guess. But yeah, peace out. Hope you guys have a sick one. Hope you guys actually try this out, and if you guys don't, hey, just give it a shot. Honestly, just give it a shot. It doesn't hurt. Come on, guys. I'm pretty sure you could do this in 10-20 minutes. Do not slack on this, dog. Do not slack on this.